Okay, what's going on, people? It's your boy Brandon Brevon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life. Yeah, y'all already know what's going down today, you heard? So turn it off, turn it all the way off, boy. Turn that shit off. Anyway, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Brandon Brevon Towns. This here is Sports Plus Life, that sports podcast where we talk about all the hot necessary topics that need to be discussed about, and we've been discussing a lot of life lately because of
coronavirus.
That's right. And you know what? I'll get into that in just a minute. I know y'all probably like, hey, he sound all hyped today. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Just had a burst of energy. You know, it's a beautiful day outside, and I'm in the house. Not because I have to be, but because I choose to be. So let's get that straight off the bat. I ain't in no motherfucking quarantine. Excuse my language. I'm just not. Like, straight up. I'm just off from work today. That's all that is. I ain't in quarantine. God bless you people who are, but I'm in the crib because I'm just off today. But it is a gorgeous 74-degree day here in Richmond, Virginia. I mean, Lord have mercy. This is your classic go out and play some basketball or, walk the track, run the track. And, there's still people who are going to be out doing that. Maybe not the basketball thing. But I hope everybody's having a good day. My son is at the age now where I can start telling him to do shit and he'll actually do it, Like right before I started recording this podcast, I had just fixed him and my daughter something to eat. And I said, I'm getting ready to do a podcast. You guys are almost finished. I said, Roman, when she's done eating, when London is done eating, go in there and get a Kool-Aid Cool Burst for her and give it to her so she can have some juice. Okay. And I mean, that's it. I mean, that might not sound like amazing to some, but I'm just getting to that stage in life with my kids. I'm getting to that stage now with my oldest, who's a boy, and I can start telling him to do shit, and it's just an extra way for me to be lazy. Even though I don't like to be lazy, but I mean, come on now, as parents, once our kids get to a certain age, particularly when we have multiple kids, when the oldest gets to a certain age, that's when you officially are starting to kick it into drill sergeant mode. Do this, do that, do this, do that. All the while you're sitting your lazy ass on the couch doing nothing. You just didn't feel like it. I did it while you was a baby, so now it's your turn. You're going to do it when you have kids too, little nigga. But I digress. Anyway, it is Wednesday, April the 8th. 2000 of the 20. And what else in there to talk about sports is there other than what we hope to be a football season? What we hope to be the resume of play in basketball. What we hope will be a Major League Baseball season. Even though I'm quite frank, as much as I love the Yankees, I'm done with baseball, especially the way that the commissioner handled that whole Houston Astros stuff. Baseball, to me, right now, and maybe for a long time period, baseball to me is a damn joke. Okay, it's a joke. So I don't care if there's no baseball this season. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't, because baseball is a flat out joke. But as far as football, basketball, well, I tell you what, this damn punk-ass virus better not interrupt the NFL season. Like I said last time, ooh, nigga, boy, if it interrupt the NFL season, you watch how fast the crime rate will go up in this country. If come September, on Sundays, Saturdays, at college football too, if Saturdays and Sundays we ain't got no NFL, or Mondays or Thursdays, man, I'm telling you, people gonna start getting robbed. Well, what were you thinking when you robbed them? Well, normally it's the time I usually be watching football, but ain't no football on, so I need to do something. So, I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that little nugget of information out there so the people with the powers that be can go ahead and turn this virus off. You know what I mean? They can turn this bitch off so we can get back to a semblance of a normal life. I thank you. But anyway, with that being said, let's get to it. Well, COVID-19 updates and how that is affecting the world of sports. Y'all know me. Y'all know that I'm not going to come on here and say anything to try to frighten any and everybody. That's what I have been preaching against, so to speak, is basically saying, hey, dumb it down from the mainstream media because all you're hearing is negative news. And I even put out, I was watching Undisputed, a topic of theirs on YouTube. It was, let me think, what was it? It was the pictures. I talked about the Dak Prescott pictures last time, but it was also the pictures of Lamar Jackson, Marquise Brown, and Antonio Brown after doing a workout. And I put, as I addressed the last show, I put on the comments in the YouTube section, I put how much I love the show, but I wish they would stop with the spreading fear, because I'm listening to Skip Bayless saying, it's just terrifying to even come out the house. No, why? No, it isn't. I'm like as much, like I said, as much as I love that show and as much as I love First Take and things of that nature, just stop. You're a sports talk show, and we listen to you and we love you because we want to get away from the realities of this and think about what life is going to be like when we get back to normal, particularly with what's going on in the NFL, particularly because that hasn't, we haven't seen any games missed from that. And once again, we bet not. But I get tired of hearing, don't look, let's spread the sport. Stop spreading the fear. It's terrifying to go outside and da-da-da. No, honestly, no, it's not. No, it isn't. You're being told by government officials, stay in your home. Now all of a sudden you shook to go outside. I will stick my bare ass outside and will feel just fine. I will feel just fine. So just stop spreading the fear. Stop with this fear tactic that has everybody all shook up. What the new thing is now. Now that what I think they said, the White House said that it's a good suggestion that everybody wears masks when they go out in public. We should all wear masks when we go out in public. Okay. Look, to each his own. If you feel more comfortable by wearing a mask whenever you go out in public, whenever you go outside your home, as in walk out the front door of your crib, if you feel like you have to put on a mask, God bless you. But let's think about this for a second, right? Let's think about this, right? Okay, so, we should all be walking around looking like characters on a Mortal Kombat menu selection, right? Wearing masks, okay? All right, got the mask down, okay. So, let me get this straight. Now, when you walk out your house, put your mask on, right? Right, okay. Even if you put the mask on before you walk out your house, you got the mask on, right? Okay, you got a motherfucking mask on. Okay, so then you get in your car, right? And you drive and you keeping the mask on, right? Okay, you keeping the mask on, right? And then you go into a store, let's first say. Now, I can understand having a mask on in the store, particularly if it's people, if it's people around you, because most people are not paying attention to this 6 feet distance crap, unless you in a place like the liquor store or a tobacco store where they trying to keep a tight knit on that. I understand, but if you go to Walmart or Kroger's, nigga, please. Anyway, so I understand having the mask on for that situation. Right. Okay, so let's say we get back in your car, right? You still got your mask on, right? You still got your mask on. But then when you go in the house, you open the door to your house, right? You take your mask off. So didn't air from when you open the door get into your house? Ain't you breathing that in? Or the same people who wear these masks when they go out step outside their house to just take a smoke break. You ain't poking a hole through the mask to put your cigarette in. So aren't you breathing the same air that you covered your face up for when you was going to the store, but you out there smoking a cigarette? You know what I mean? Or let's per se you put the mask on, right? And then you open the door to get in your motherfucking car, right? You open the door to get in your car. Isn't air coming when you open and shut the door? Isn't that coming from the outside? So what the conclusion that I'm trying to come up with is, what's the point of the mask all over again? Like I said, I understand it. If you are in a place with a few people, like at a grocery store, you're in a grocery store line, I understand that. I get it. But outside, like when you're in your car, when you're walking from your car to your house or from your house to your car, whichever, I don't get it.
What's wrong with y'all?
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Biatch.
Now, with my job, I'm getting in and out of an Amazon vehicle all day, walking to your home, delivering your packages, taking a picture, snap cheese, nigga, and then coming back to my vehicle. Do you really think I'm going to waste my time wearing a mask for all of that?
Hell no.
When I'm going to be in and out, in and out, in and out. It doesn't, I'm not going to, because first of all, the mask gets you a little stuffy. And I hope everybody who wear the mask at least brush their teeth that morning, because you're going to find out some things about yourself that you might not want to know. Anyway, I was off topic. Anyway, you think I'm really going to wear a mask while I'm doing my job? And I could see if I was in the warehouse, but while I'm out there, come on, bro. The fear tactic, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Just live your life and be smart. Be responsible now. Be responsible. Don't be out there licking toilets like them people were doing in Miami. That's just trifling.
You niggas are crazy.
And, be responsible, be mindful, but don't be scared. Don't be scared. No, don't be scared. You know what I mean? Especially, look, if there are people out there that listen to this that claim they have so much faith in the most heavenly high, Jesus Christ, God Almighty, then live like it. Be responsible. Like I said, be mindful, but don't sit here and be scared, shaking out your boots, particularly with what you're seeing on TV and what you're hearing on the radio. Like I said, I ain't here to scare you. I'm here to give you encouragement. The whole mask thing just doesn't make sense to me. Like, in certain situations, I get it. Particularly if you have to go into a hospital. Now, if I'm anywhere close, like if I have to deliver anything to a hospital, mask on, nigga. Oh, but honestly, I don't even go in. I go to loading dock. I ain't setting foot up in that joint. But in situations like that, yes, of course, it's warranted. But like, just to step out your house, just to go down the street to go get a pack of blacks, man, bruh, come on now. Let me tell you. If I worked at a 7-Eleven and 10 people came up in there, or let's just say 5 people came up in there, and all of them had on a mask.
These nuts.
Do I have a right to shoot their ass because everybody is looking suspect? I'm just saying, I would feel very uncomfortable if I worked at a gas station or a 7-Eleven and everybody who was in my line had on a mask.
God damn.
And you guys figure out the rest of that one. To me, that's just common sense. Like I said, I'm not trying to scare anybody. Said if you really walk by faith, walk by faith. I'm a child of God, and he know how I am. Even though sometimes you might look at my language and be like, "Are you sure? Do you hear the way you talk, sir?" Yes, I hear the way I talk. I do. Okay? Sometimes I have to excuse myself, but hey, I'm me. But anyway, today, Tom Brady had an interview with Howard Stern, and they were going to get into some things about the Patriots. And you could tell, man, everybody wants to try to get Tom Brady to say something, nasty about Bill Belichick. Because, nobody's dumb. This is the reason why Tom Brady decided to leave. There's going to be some things that he says that, even I'm going to be like, okay, Mr. Politically Correct. All right, Captain America. I'm pretty sure behind closed doors he has said some profane things about Bill Belichick. And, and it's probably better that he doesn't, but sometimes I root for it. But this is some of the things that he said this morning on the interview.
I probably knew before the start of last season that it was my last year. And I tried to, I knew that, it was just our time was, our time was coming to an end. I never cared about legacy. I could give a about. I never once when I was in high school said, man, I can't wait for what my football legacy looks like. It's just not me. That's not my personality. So why would I choose a different place? It's because it was just time. don't know what to say other than that. Like, I had done everything. I accomplished everything I could in 2 decades with an incredible organization, incredible group of people, and that will never change. And no one can ever take that away from me. No one can ever take those experience or Super Bowl championships away from us. I can't do his job and he can't do mine.
Right.
So the fact that you could say, would I be successful without him, the same level of success? I don't believe I would have been. But I feel the same in vice versa as well. To have him allowed me to be the best I could be. So I'm grateful for that. And I very much believe that he feels the same way about me because we've expressed that to each other.
But Tom,
So,
isn't there some
the fact that
resentment on your
people-
but Tom, isn't there some resentment on your part that he didn't make you a patriot for life? In other words,
No, absolutely not. No, because this is a part for me in my life to experience something very different. And, you know, there's ways for me to grow and evolve in a different way that I haven't had the opportunity to do.
Okay, so what I get from that is, one, he said that he was ready to move on. He knew that coming into last season that it was probably going to be his last season. This is the reason why, I don't know this to be factual, but this is what I would lean on, is that Tom Brady said a few years ago, I want to say it was when he was around like 37, 38 years old, that he wanted to play quarterback he wanted to play football till he was 45 years old. Not be a backup, but be a starting quarterback in the NFL or the L till he was 45 years old. And Bill Belichick was like, have you lost your mind? I'm not saying that you can't do it. I'm just saying that you won't do it under me. Because remember, a few years ago, he wanted Jimmy Garoppolo to take the reins from Tom Brady. And Tom Brady snitched on him. I'm going to tell it like it is. He went up to the owner, Robert Kraft, and said, hey, I need you to trade Garoppolo because Bill wants him over me. So Tom Brady won that round. Garoppolo gets traded to the 49ers. Then Tom Brady's defense, they went to 3 straight Super Bowls, won 2 of them. So, you know, it's kind of like, how you like me now? But Bill Belichick comes to me, it's a pretty petty individual. He never forgot that. And he probably was sitting there in his rocking chair at home saying, you won this round, Thomas. You've won this round. You've won this battle. But the war is far from over. All the while they're going to Super Bowls, blase, blase. So I think, you know, Tom Brady wanted a contract extension. I don't think it was about money. You know, I believe him when he says that he doesn't really care about legacy. Shit, if I was married to Giselle, I wouldn't give a damn about my legacy either when it comes to football. No. But I do believe him when he says he didn't worry about legacy. And is not worried about money because he's never been the highest paid quarterback because he knows that money could be spread out to doing things to keep the team better. That's a smart, selfless team player. However, when he didn't get the contract extension from Bill Belichick that would keep him there till the age of 45, Belichick is saying, all right, look, we're going to play it by year. You know, we're going to play it on a year-to-year basis. And everybody, like I said before, was crying and fussing about, oh, Tom Brady didn't have any weapons this past season, blah, 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 blah. Tom Brady, while, you know, you're not going to get him to say anything, a direct, nasty quote from Tom Brady about Bill Belichick. And the only reason why I say I root for it is because Tom has always been, you know, oh, shucks, gee golly, everything's New England, everything the Patriot way, until it was your turn to kick rocks. And you didn't like that, you know. So I think that if the Patriots had have, you know, made the commitment to Tom Brady, like Robert Kraft said and told Stephen A. Smith, if he wanted to stay, we'd have worked it out. But Bill Belichick was like, no, I'm not giving him a 2-year or 3-year contract. That's just not going to happen. No, we'll do it on a year-to-year basis. And I'm not gonna coddle you. I'm gonna treat you like a piece of shit, like I treat everybody else like a piece of shit. So, you know, Tom Brady got sick of it. And look, man, first of all, the NFL is a business. It is a business. And there's certain athletes where we couldn't fathom seeing them in another uniform because they had been so great with one team. You just couldn't imagine, you couldn't wrap your brain around the fact of seeing them in another uniform. And Tom Brady is another casualty to that. He could have retired, but he still wants to play. So if you want to play, look, this is what athletes do. Play as long as your body allows you to. This is what you do. Now, when you have a career that long, you have said to hell with your family. You know, as far as, you know, being an attentive father and attentive husband. When you have a career that long, you know, when you're striving to be great, because what people don't understand is that the greatest at anything, at any profession, whether it's sports, whether it's acting, whether it's music, whether it's a bus driver, whether it's running a company, to be the best at anything, you're going to be a complete a-hole. You're going to be an asshole because you're so dedicated to your craft, you don't want to see anything get in your way. You know, there's a lot, the greatest achievers in this world, and I'm being honest with you, the greatest achievers in this world are the most selfish ones. They're the most selfish ones because they have their eyes on the prize and fuck what you think.
Biatch.
Straight up. That's why they are the best. Serena Williams, I love her. Looks like she's a complete asshole. Kobe Bryant went on the basketball court. Asshole. Michael Jordan, humongous asshole. You know, Magic Johnson, and we love the smile. Asshole. When it came to their craft because they wanted to be the best and F what anybody else thought. For real. And I'm not saying that as to say these people are a-holes in their personal life, but when you have a career such as athletics or such as entertainment, where it spills into your personal life and you do it for a lengthy amount of time, and because you want to strive to be great, you might be a butthole to those who love you. So, like I said, Tom Brady wants to play till he's 45. He just said to hell with his family life. Now, maybe the reason why he moved from New England to Florida, I'm pretty sure Giselle has something to do with that. I'm pretty sure. Because, you know, they got 2 kids together. And, you know, they probably had a talk of her saying, look, God damn it, you done this for 20 years. When am I going to have you to me? When are the kids going to have you to them? You know, because, you know, a lot of people are not going to take the Troy Aikman route. And for those of you that don't know, Troy Aikman, former 3-time Super Bowl winning quarterback with the Dallas Cowboys, now analyst for Fox on their A team for NFL football. But Troy Aikman played from 1989 to 2000, and he did not get married. He did not have any kids until after he retired from football. And that seemed like a pretty smart thing to do. Not everybody's going to do that because, one, a lot of women that you might be in a relationship, particularly if you are an athlete and a high-profile athlete, they're not going to allow you to because they want to, because a lot of people, I'm not just going to say men, women too, a lot of people who are high-profile athletes, you figure, okay, I'm providing security, I'm providing safety, I'm providing shelter, I'm providing security. Leave me alone and let me do my career. Okay. You know, just hold down the fort, watch the kids, just hold down fort until I'm old, busted, and beat up and can't do it no more. So, but see, a lot of people, you know, and I'm going to say this, women, a lot of women in particular, you know, if you are with a high-profile athlete, you're in a relationship with them, you ain't going to wait until their career's over. Oh, no, because you want your own sense of security, your own sense of safety. And real niggas know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Like, let's not play dumb, okay? Shit, this ain't a rated podcast. I say what the hell I want. If you have comments, feel free to leave them below on the comment box. I will hit you back personally.
Fuck you, and fuck you.
But, yeah, Tom Brady is saying that he's going to get to experience some things that he never got to experience. Look, make no mistake about it. He wanted to remain a Patriot, but he wanted the contract that he wanted from the Patriots. And Belichick was like, no, it's really that simple. No. And like I said, some athletes, we just can't wrap our head and fathom that they will play for another team. But, I mean, I will give you some examples. Whoever thought that you'd see Jordan in a Wizards uniform? Whoever thought you'd see Montana in a Chiefs uniform? Whoever thought you'd see Jerry Rice in a Raiders uniform? Or Emmitt Smith in a Cardinals uniform? You know what I mean? So it happens. It happens. And it happens to some of the greats. Now, look, for a guy like, my favorite baseball player, Derek Jeter, lifetime Yankee. Kobe, lifetime Laker. Magic, lifetime Laker. But it doesn't work like that. Larry Bird, lifetime Celtic. It doesn't work like that with everybody. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. And like I said, sports is a business. I mean, and make no mistake about it, Tom Brady and Tampa is going to be the Brady-Belichick divorce, so to speak, is going to be the top story this whole NFL season. Make no mistake about it. Not the side B will be will the Chiefs repeat. But side A is Brady's a buck. Who deserved the most credit during their 20-year run? That's going to be the main storyline in the NFL. It is. And there's really nothing we can do about it. It's interesting to see. I'm really curious. I'm more curious to see what the Patriots are going to do, not as opposed to what Brady is going to do. Because my prediction on Brady is this. Brady is going to have a fucking awesome 2020 season. I don't think they'll win the Super Bowl, but he's going to have a great season with the weapons after that. After that, in 2021, phew, and I said it. Because you could see the signs of it with the last couple seasons. But this new, fresh start is going to rejuvenate him. He's going to have weapons that he's never had before outside of Randy Moss. And I guess Gronk. But he's going to have a great season this year. But 2021, no sir. No sir. I predict that for Drew Brees too, to be honest with you. I believe this is going to be Drew Brees' last great season, so they better win the Super Bowl. Not that he don't already have one, but that was 11 years ago. But I mean, yeah, that's going to be the main topic of the season is Brady versus Belichick. I remember when I was a kid one day, a young kid coming from church. It was a matchup that I had wanted to see. I needed to see it, And even then, as much as I love football, it wasn't, I wasn't really hyped to see. I mean, I was always happy to see football, but it was, one in particular matchup that I was like, I gotta see this. And it was the San Francisco 49ers going to Arrowhead Stadium to play the Kansas City Chiefs because Joe Montana had just got traded to the Chiefs. And I wanted to see Joe Montana go up against Steve Young. And the Chiefs won that game, if I'm not mistaken. It was in the 1993 regular season. I'm pretty sure the Chiefs won that game. Actually got to the AFC Championship game, as did the 49ers. Now, look, I mean, I don't care. I swear, if I could talk to anybody at ESPN or CBS or whoever the hell did the Super Bowl that year, I believe it was NBC, that they cannot tell me that championship Sunday that they weren't rooting for. They weren't rooting for the 49ers and the Chiefs to win their games. I don't give a damn about America's team. That we want Dallas to win. And Buffalo, we had just seen Buffalo 2 other years in the Super Bowl. You can't tell me that wouldn't have been the most watched Super Bowl ever if you had Montana going up against the 49ers. But that's completely off topic. I digress. I just had a flashback. So that's really the news in football. Cam Newton still not signed. Jadeveon Clowney still not signed. Jameis Winston still isn't signed. So nothing really to report on that aspect. So I will switch over to le basketball. And really, when I talk about basketball, it's going to be about two specific people. This Jordan documentary, this Last Dance documentary that I actually am, I can't wait to see. I think it starts next week. It's a 10-part documentary of Michael Jordan's last season with the Chicago Bulls. A question was asked, and it just made me really curious. And it was in regards to Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Not the whole, well, who do you think's better? You think Jordan or LeBron? Because, look, LeBron, and this is just my opinion, everybody has their own. LeBron is not going to pass MJ as far as a basketball player. He's just not. I mean, it still baffles me how people put LeBron past Magic and Kobe.
You niggas are crazy.
I'm just being real with you. I don't see how that has happened yet. Yes, LeBron has been to 9 NBA Finals, but in 17 years, I want you to think about Magic Johnson for a second. Magic played 12 and a half years, technically 13 because the year he came back in 96, even though it was just for a half a season. But I say 12 and a half. But think about it. Magic Johnson went to 9 NBA Finals as well in 12 years. He spent 75-80% of his career in the finals. When the Lakers didn't go to the finals, it was a damn upset. And I know anybody can say, well, he had Kareem and he had Worthy and he had AC Green and Byron Scott. Right. But to that, I say Kareem was there about 3 years before Magic got drafted. And they drafted Worthy and Michael Cooper and Byron Scott and AC Green. Case closed.
Oh, your fat ass don't come on my house no more.
And Kobe Bryant, while he played 20 years, he went to 7 NBA Finals. He won 5 chips. So I don't see how LeBron passes them on, as far as basketball goes. Now, what they did ask, what I found to be curious was, as far as a global brand, could LeBron pass Michael Jordan? That's tough. And it's a really intriguing question because Michael Jordan, I would at face value, I would say no, just because I honestly think that if the NBA logo was to change, it should either go to one or two people. Either the Jumpman logo should be the NBA symbol, or Kareem doing the skyhook should be the NBA symbol. That's just my opinion. Like when Kobe tragically passed away, people were saying, well, maybe he should be the logo. You know how people get when they're in the spirit of the moment. It's a nice gesture, but but one thing, and as critical as I am of LeBron James on the basketball court, I can't knock what he does off the court. I really can't. And one thing that I like, that I will applaud LeBron for the most, is the fact that he put his homies on when he got on, and he's done an outstanding job of who he has surrounded himself with. Now, do I think he suffers from only child syndrome? Absolutely, because LeBron's a brat. He's a brat, and when he doesn't get his way, he has temper tantrums. You can see it. You can see it. But, and he does have a brother from he does have a brother from a child that his father has, but you've never heard about him, and he didn't grow up with him. He didn't grow up with a sibling. But I do like the fact that LeBron did bring his boys on. What I say over a year ago, whenever you say something bad about Beyonce, here's the beehive ready to pounce on you. Whenever you say something bad about LeBron, here comes all the King's men ready to get you. But Maverick Carter and Rich Paul, they've done their thing. Like he's surrounded himself with a good circle of people that appear to him now, that they have, made their own little empire that will tell LeBron, it seems like people now that will tell LeBron what he needs to hear, as opposed to just being yes men. A lot of people, when they get on, they surround themselves with a lot of yes men, and that's just a plane that's just waiting to crash. It really is. But as far as passing MJ as a global brand, that's tough, man, because I mean, the Jumpman, the Jordans ain't going away, man. I was just looking on my phone last night, and I found about 6 pair of Jordans that I plan on getting in the next couple of months. Real talk. I mean, and Mike ain't scored a basket in 17 years. And the Jordan brand has just been even separating itself from Nike from when it first came out, Nike Air Jordans, but then separating itself to Jordan being his own brand. And it's not just Jordan. He has athletes from all different sports around the world that are signed to his brand. He has boxers, Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. He's got, of course, other basketball players, Zion Williamson, Jason Tatum. He has golfers. He has baseball players. He has soccer players. So the Jordan brand, I mean, it is a powerful, powerful brand. I don't know if LeBron would be able to overtake that. Will he get in the stratosphere? Possibly, because, I think Space Jam 2 will probably be better than Space Jam 1 because LeBron James actually is a pretty good actor. And when's the last time you heard from the Looney Tunes? And that'd be good to see them, back on the screen again. But it's tough to say because, LeBron sometimes can turn people off by what he says, I guess, when it comes to a political standpoint. I actually don't have a problem with that. I applaud that too. I really do. I applaud that too. But, let's not forget about there are other athletes out there who have built an empire that has, been such a great follow-up to their basketball career. Think about Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson is worth almost $1 billion because Magic Johnson has just, been such a great businessman as far as what he's invested his money into and what he's built up. Starbucks, Magic Johnson Theaters. He's everything he touches turns to gold as well. He just, he doesn't have it's that Jordan sneaker. That Jumpman logo is what separates Jordan from everybody else when it comes to a business standpoint. Now, another person honestly, who I think may have, been on the same level as Mike was Kobe. Kobe had just got a over $200 million bag for his work outside of basketball. He had won the Oscar. A book of his was just released last week. Kobe was, as far as business-wise, was getting ready to be on a whole nother, he's getting ready to be on that Jordan mountaintop. Rest in peace to the Mamba. But I just found that question to be curious because I actually generally like what LeBron does do off the court. I wish they would stop, putting so much attention on his kid over Bronny, because to me it's almost like exploiting him just a little bit. Just because as hard, as great of a player that LeBron is, it's so hard for a child of yours to even come close to matching that. You know what I mean? Like if Bronny James comes into the league and makes an all-star game, he should be proud. He really should be proud because most great, pretty much damn near all-time great NBA players who have kids that play the sport as well, they don't come close to matching what the father did. It's just facts. Steph Curry being the exception, but Del Curry wasn't an all-time great. He was a great shooter, but Del Curry ain't in nobody's. He's not in the Hall of Fame. He had a great long career. He did. Charlotte Hornets, Toronto Raptors, dead-eye shooter. You see where his sons get it from, but Steph. Let's see if Steph have kids that try to come up like that. If Steph Curry have a son and he starts balling 25 years from now, you compare him to his daddy, you see what's going to happen with that. I'm just saying. So like I said, I just wish they would kind of stop, they would kind of just let Bronny just play ball and be a kid, kind of leave the limelight alone until he gets into college, if he even goes to college. So, but with that being said, Sports Plus Life fam, what a buzzer, what a buzzer, what a buzzer. Okay, this is definitely a shorter episode than that of last week when I had my man Tony on. I didn't have any guests on today, honestly, because I really didn't reach out. It was early. I just wanted to get this done early as possible. Want everybody to stay safe, stay responsible. Don't be scared though. Let's drop that bullshit. But anyway, it's your boy Brandon Brevon Towns. Again, if you are a first-time listener of Sports Plus Life, definitely hit that subscription button. Become part of the Sports Plus Life family. I'll see y'all later. I'm out. Peace.